right, good morning, everyone. John Panic with the Mohave Valley Daily News. And this is your daily dose for Friday, January 15th. Thank you to our DJ Jazzy Jeff there with our new intro song. I requested some Van Halen or AC/DC. You know, you have to pay for that, so we'll take that. That was pretty nice. Thanks, Jeff. All right, the Daily Dose is brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center in Fort Mohave, Arizona. Tri-State Radiology Center is here to serve the tri-state area. We accept most insurances and offer cash pay prices. When you have a minute, log on to our website at tsradiology.com. There you'll find interesting facts and see why imaging is such a benefit for you and your care provider. At Tri-State Radiology Center, your image means the world to us. All right, it's Friday. Happy finally a Friday. Let's dig in and see what we got. All right, so our top story, school threat remains under investigation. So what that is there's been kind of a lot of information following the lockdown. Wasn't a lockdown, it is a lockdown. I know it was a lockdown, I was there. Kind of story that happened at Mohave High School 2 days ago. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they received a credible threat that there was somebody posted a threat on Snapchat that he was going to come and shoot up the school. So where the confusion came in is that the school, when they made the announcement over the loudspeaker, said that they were going into lockdown. Really what it was a soft lockdown. They've been practicing different types of lockdowns in case there was an active shooter on campus, where they lock the doors, shut off the lights, barricade the doors, get under the desks, all the things that they go through with that. This was a soft lockdown where they basically asked the teachers just to keep your students in the class, don't let anybody wander around. It was right before the transition from 7th period to the final period of the day. So while the school and the police department said there was no lockdown, the
students said different?
The students said that there was a lockdown. We actually have a couple of quotes in here from a student that emailed us Wednesday night to explain that it was a lockdown because I was there and I know they even said lockdown, but it's just a vernacular issue. It sounds like they're just trying to, they were protecting the students in the classroom, but not really. There wasn't an active shooter. Emily Fromelt, the PIO for the Bullhead City PD, says that they have investigated it and they know that the threat was coming from out of state. So there wasn't the student wasn't there on the site. So it's still under investigation. They're still trying to figure out who this person is and how they can get it, but they tracked where the threat came from, and it was out of state. So
San Diego.
Our second story, solving the puzzle of what to do. That's kind of a play on words. That's Ken and Ann Newton. When the lockdowns when the pandemic hit and they were told that they should be staying home, they decided what they were going to do was start doing puzzles. So they started doing puzzles. They did so many of them that they started having them stacked up around the house. They put some up on their walls, and when they got to a point where they had just too many for that, ran out of walls, they took a look and tried to figure out where they could go. So they donated some to Stepping Stones Childcare and Preschool, and a couple other places, but it's a neat, interesting story. They've donated now nearly 200 puzzles. They bought all the puzzles at Walmart. Now they're working their way through all the puzzles over at Hobby Lobby. So they do the puzzle, and rather than breaking it back down, they glue it together and take it out and donate it. So kind of a neat project there. It keeps them busy. County expanding vaccination eligibility. So we've had the county decides who falls into which category. There's 1A, 1B, 2, and down the line. They're transitioning now into category 1B, but just the very beginning of it because of the limited amount of vaccines that we have. So the prioritized group in 1B is 75 or older. That starts today. So if you're 75 or older and you're interested in getting the vaccine, you can do that starting today. Your best bet is to go to mohavecounty.us, find out who is doing the vaccinations. There's a few, D-Flat Pharmacy is doing it. There's a few other places here in Bullhead that are doing them. But you can go on their website. You can't book your reservation there. You really see who is doing them. Then you contact them directly and do your appointment. So as we get more vaccines in town, then they'll open it up to more people in 1B. The state has authorized you to go all the way down to 65 years and up, but because of the limited amount of vaccines that we have, the county is saying 75 and up for right now. When we get more in, then they'll open it up to 65. Anybody who's in 1A, any firefighters, any frontline workers, EMS, any of those people, if you haven't got it and you want to get it, you're still authorized to do it as well. So, all right, districts seek to align 2021-22 calendars. What that is if you saw the crushed the high school district board meeting the other day, they talked about their calendar for the upcoming year. They didn't want to finalize it until they heard from the Bullhead City School District, the elementary school district. And so the elementary school district met yesterday and they talked about the calendar. They came up with some ideas, they had some suggestions. They're going to work that out between them and the high school district over the next couple of weeks so that when they each have their February board meeting, they'll have a calendar that they can vote on. There was suggested that they move the schedule forward another week. That'll allow for a break between the summer school and the new school year starting up. A few other things that they had made some suggestions on. Jeannie Borland, one of the board members down there, was concerned about parent-teachers conferences for the elementary school district and the high school district falling on the same day, and then parents having to decide which one they want to go to. So they're still working those things out. They will get that figured out before the next board meetings for both the high school and the elementary school district. Hildy Angus seeks to challenge new meeting rules. We talked about the Board of Supervisors meeting last month where the new chair of the board, Buster Johnson, has made some suggestions on the new rules. He wanted to change the the open call to the public to the end of the meeting so that it doesn't chew up some of the time for the people that are there for the actual agenda items. If you've been to one of their meetings or if you've been to the city council meetings, you know that sometimes that call to the public can get kind of long and off track and that. So rather than having people sit through what could be 45 minutes or an hour of open call to the public, they move it to the end and get down to the business that most people are there for. Supervisor Angus is challenging that. She'd rather that it stayed the way it was. Sometimes those people at the beginning have a opportunity to address some of the things that or mention some of the things that are happening later on and their passion for it. She's also just making sure that when you speak, you have 3 minutes. If you're representing a group, you have 5 minutes. So just to make sure that those things are followed. So,
Couple questions real quick, John.
Yeah.
Maria has a question saying, people are saying that they're being charged. Please clarify if a cost is associated with the vaccination.
No, there is no charge. This was dictated by the president. It's been carried on all the way down through. So if anybody is trying to charge you, get a hold of me or one of the people here in editorial, and we'll investigate it from there. But there is no charge.
And also the other question, Bullhead City Urgent Care is booked until June? Question mark?
Are you talking about vaccinations? If you're talking about vaccinations, yes. We know that D-Flat at one point ran out. I don't know if they've restocked yet on those vaccinations or not. Warm Sea was doing it, but we know that because of their supply, they've changed it now to where they're just taking care of their people and first responders. So if you're 75 years of age or older and you want to go get one, they're not doing it at Warm Sea for you. Unless you're a 75-year-old first responder. Just the vaccinations in our area are very limited. I saw yesterday a graphic put out by the Associated Press that showed the states, all of the states, and the national average, and we are down somewhere around 46 or 47 when it comes to the amount of vaccines that we've received versus our population. So we're just not getting them here in Arizona. And then when they are coming into Arizona, top priority, I'm sure, is going to be the larger areas like Maricopa County. But I know that our Board of Supervisors is actively trying to get us more. So hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. There was a judge rejects first challenge to education tax proposal. That was at Proposition 208. Some of our state legislators, Republican, are challenging the Proposition 208 on several different grounds. It's very complicated. There's a lot of different moving parts to that 208. So they're challenging it. The hurdle is going to be that this is something that the people voted on. So they've tried to overturn on the state level. They tried it with the minimum wage thing a couple years ago. They're going to try to overturn it. But when it's something that the people voted on, it's kind of a challenge there to try and do it. I'm going to kind of get a little self-serving here, but on the opinion page, see this picture of Mike Schwartz. Mike Schwartz was the local businessman here in town, and he passed this last week. So I got a story here that I wrote. It's a little opinion piece. Hopefully you'll read that. Mike owned an art studio over in Old Bullhead here, where the dive shop is and Subway and the accounting office is there. But he was an amazing man.
It's been there for quite a while too, right?
Yeah. He actually owned that building, and he's got a heck of a story. If you never met Mike, he's an Auschwitz survivor. I hope you check that out, because he was an extraordinary man, that's for sure. All right, moving off into sports, we got a story here on the Patriots, the Malk Patriots. They did a kind of a scrimmage, an intra-squad scrimmage to get ready for their first game. Their first game is going to be coming up on Tuesday against the Kingman Academy. I believe it's at home. But that's on Tuesday night, so they're just kind of working through some things. Their coaches talk quite a bit in here about how they think that they are ready. They got some things that they're still going to work on, but they believe they're going to be one of the top teams in their division. So good luck to you guys. NFL playoffs this weekend. I know my Packers. Go Pack, go. Play Saturday against the Rams. We also have Baltimore and Buffalo Saturday night. On Sunday is Cleveland, Kansas City. And then I don't know why they have the Tampa Bay, New Orleans game so late in the day. Don't they know both of them quarterbacks are senior citizens? That doesn't seem fair.
I'm not sure about that.
You got Drew Brees and Tom Brady out there playing at night.
It's two of the best.
Probably pretty close to their bedtime. So if you're an NFL fan, it should be a great weekend. That's the final 2, 4, 6, 8 teams left in the NFL. All right, weather-wise, it's going to be warm today. That's a plus.
Little bit of wind?
Yeah, no, a lot of wind.
A lot of wind.
Yeah. Well, the next couple of days, it's supposed to be pretty windy. So it'll be warm, but it'll be windy. Think of it that you're sitting on a beach in Hawaii in December. It's warm.
And then you wake up.
It's breezy. All right, everyone. I hope you have a great weekend. Get out there and support our local businesses and try and enjoy yourself despite of the wind. All right, this has been brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center. The Tri-State Radiology Center offers same or next day appointments, and they accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal. They have a wide open MRI and offer digital x-rays with your reports ready in 24 hours. Call them today for an appointment at 928-460-7226. Just a reminder, all of our videos, all these daily doses, our Valley Voices, our Athlete of the Month, our Educator of the Month, and our Athlete of the Week, which went up yesterday, that you should check out, are all available to stream on Anchor, the Anchor app, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We got a bunch more on there, so go check them out. We just started a LinkedIn page, so go check out our LinkedIn account, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Wherever you go, we got you. So go and check those out. Have a great weekend, and hopefully I'll see you here.
Looking for the best music for you.